24th of August on Monday, and yeah, it was raining again. Creeks are getting so high, it's just really getting hard to get into them now. Water's up really high. Very unusual for this time of year. Usually things really get good, the hunting gets good, but anyway, I've got a few things to look at, so let's get to them. Got this big linear piece here. It's what it is a big walnut crusher. This is the back end of it, the business end of it. This thing would just be held in the hand like that. This piece weighs probably about 4 pounds, maybe 3 or 4. But big part of their diet up here, acorns, walnuts, chestnuts, hickory nuts, just regular acorns, white oak acorns. This whole row right here are all nutcrackers actually. And there's a kind of a pyramid shaped one here. This thing would just be held like, you can see some of the oils here, be held like that and just used, that surface would be used just to crush nuts on. Kind of looks like a polishing piece, but it's not. And switch hands here. Here's another little nut crusher here. This is a thumb groove here, and then right here is where you'd lay your finger down. So you put your thumb in here, lay your finger on it like that, and then just crush grains or nuts with that end there. This piece is all worked into form though. Really worn on this end here. Just like that. Here's another one here. You see all the oil permeated into the stone over time. This piece would have been held like that. Almost looks like an inserted piece, but it's not. It's all been polished off on the top. You can see a little bit of darkness there. That's from laying the finger down on the top there. And on the sides right here you can see the darkness too. Here's another little small pyramid piece. It's made of granite. Just hold it in the hand like that and just crush nuts with it. Here's a little piece here. It's all grooved out right in here. This thing could have been hafted. I'm not real sure. It's like maybe a hafted club. This top of it and towards the front here, if you can see this red, this is a low-grade sapphire that's in this stone. Very dense. I don't know if anybody's ever picked up a big piece of sapphire. It weighs a ton. This stone feels the same way, so it's got a little bit of sapphire content in it. But I believe that was a club, probably a hafted club. Here's a piece I think that was inserted. It's all been tapered down and polished down to the bit end of it on both sides. See how it's been worked down. It's all been pecked out in here. Go into a stick like that. What I call inserted piece. And here's a piece of granite with high mica content in it. I think this piece, you see around here how they ground this bit down. You can see the lines going down into the bit. I think this piece was a ceremonial piece. See where it was worked on the top. Bottom also. Just been polished down. A lot of times they'll leave this part, bottom and top, it's not completely polished off. You see how they really polished that bit in down though. Pretty piece, got that high mica content in it. Here's a little inserted axe head here. This is an old piece. Really worn on the tip. So this was an everyday tool. Was not a worn piece. Could have been used for a worn piece, but not entirely, probably just for everyday use. Here's a really nice quartz polishing stone here. You see the edge on it. Just perfect. This edge is not bad too, but this was the main polishing edge here. It's been rounded off like a slice of cheese. But anyway, this thing would have been held just like this. Would have wrapped that finger around it and then polished on that end right there. It's just smooth as glass. Solid piece of quartz. It's turned yellow over time. That's patina. There's a little bitty Blackstone grinder. It's a little finger stone. They just hold their fingers like this. That's the polishing edge right here. You see how they peck this thing, they form this thing. It's be held like that. There's a big Blackstone, well it's not really that big, it's a Blackstone Chisel. Really nice material. It's been all polished around the edges or ground off around the edges. It's been held like that. Possibly like that too. It's got a little bit of a divvy in the top of it right here. Could have been used a little bit for chopping too. A little game piece, a little Blackstone game piece. That quartz running through it. Here's one made out of quartzite, little game disc. You can see this little line pecked through it. Sometimes you'll see this a single line. Sometimes you'll see 3 lines, 2 lines. It's kind of worn. That pecking line's just about gone. Oh, sorry guys. A bit of oil on the back. Here's a linear grinder. These are really rare. I've got about 3 other ones of these that are like this. And this is a really nice stone. It's somebody put a lot of work into this piece. Be held just like this. Finger would lay up here where they've got it grooved out. Just really nice linear grinder. I think that's quartzite. This stone right here is a shave or spoke shave. There's the kind of the knife end or the shaving end of this stone. And it's really interesting. The more I got kind of fooling around with this stone, I figured out how they held it. It's grooved out right here. You can see it. That's where your thumb would go. If you flip it over, there's a groove here and a groove there. So you lay your thumb there, one finger goes into this groove and the other finger goes into that other groove, and it's held just like that. Now to work those shafts, peel off the bark and the knots on it. It's a nice piece. Do everything they can to make these things comfortable. One groove, second groove for the two fingers on the back, and then the thumb right there. Now I need some help on this thing. I don't know. So it's got these two eyes. I mean, I don't know if this is natural. I don't know. And then it's got this white material inside it. It's almost like it was packed with some kind of soapstone or something in there. I have no idea. See if I can get this thing to focus. There we go. Anybody got any ideas on this one? Let me know. With two slitted eyes, they're almost perfectly the same. One's a little deeper than the other. Anyway, it's a little chisel, a little chopper, grinder slash grinder. There's a grinding surface. I think it'll be held like that. Got a little bit of bit on the end of it. Real comfortable, just like that. Here's a real nice scraping blade here, made out of Blackstone, or what I call it. Well, it's not really Blackstone, I call it blue granite. I don't know if you can see it or not, it's got some garnets in it. That's a real pretty piece. Real symmetrical. Sharp edge. Just be held like that. And here's a really large pecking stone, I think. Quartzite. This is all from your hands right here, all that oil, polished. This is the striking end of it, it's kind of worn. Be held just like that. And I found this in the bank. This is a piece of wood. I have no idea on this. I have no, I don't know if it's old or not. Just thought it was kind of unusual. I would have thought that something maybe a couple 100 years old that would be totally deteriorated or what. But it was buried into the bank. Anybody got an idea on this piece too, let me know, but it's wood. Like I say, I don't know if it's old or not. I have no idea. Alright guys, help me out on this one, and that's all I got for tonight. And again, hopefully I can get in the creek and get some of the good spots again, and pull some things out we can look at. But I appreciate you guys and hope you're doing well.